So yes, guys, finally Arsenal has announced Noni Madueke signing, and he's gonna wear the number 20 jersey for Arsenal. So finally, after all the controversies and hate and rage on Madueke, he's now an Arsenal player. No more rage, no more hatred. He's one of us now. Let's hope, and we are sure he'll do well. So today's podcast, we are gonna be joined with one of our guests named Piyush Nathani, who does a podcast on cricket, basically a reverse sweep podcast. But he's a great Arsenal player. He has been one of the critics or one of the more supportive Arsenal fans from beginning. We have been knowing him from Arsenal Bangalore, obviously. So yes, Piyush, can you give an intro about why you support Arsenal, or what is it that you were attracted towards Arsenal?
Yeah, I think it's like long back in probably like 2008 9. Like everyone in my family used to support United, but
Yeah,
when I started watching football back in like 2006 FIFA World Cup, I didn't used to support any club, but then I just randomly watched Arsenal play a Premier League game and just like the way Arsenal the game. There were Fabregas and everyone else around him, and from that day, I think it just started more as a rivalry between my brothers. Like everyone used to
yeah,
support United. I think I'm the only Arsenal fan in the family. Like there's like 4 or 5 United fans, couple of Barcelona fans. So it
yeah,
just started randomly, and then it grew upon me. Understood the club history, where
yeah.
the club stands. So it's been a great ride.
Sorry. So basically, it's been a rivalry within the family regarding football, and I guess, to be fair, now it's a good time for Arsenal to do more banters on them, I guess. Yeah. So let's come down to the main topic about Arsenal's potential lineup for next season. So before that, two words about Noni Madueke signing. So were you like against it, for it? Now we are all for it because he's an Arsenal player. But were you against it, and the
Uh,
reason for it?
No, I was fairly not against it. Like there's been a lot of talk around the money that has been spent, but I think people should understand first of all he's a 23-year-old English player. So obviously, if you look at the history of the game, there's a homegrown tax, there's an English tax in there, and people judge based on the amount of money. I think that is like secondary because a player does not dictate the amount of money that is spent on him. You can't really judge a player based on the money spent because in the modern game football, there's a the revenue has increased 10x. So people used to compare like back in 7 years. So clubs are earning 10x than what they used to earn like 10 years back or 5 years back.
Yeah,
So I think overall Madueke is an excellent signing. I think he's someone who is like a very different player than what we already have. All our wingers used to like not take on the shots, like dribble. And I think Madueke brings in that flair which you need in the wings, and also serves as a great backup if you need on the right for Bukayo.
yeah,
And he's someone who can play left as well. He has played left. He has not played that much, but he can play left as well. So
yeah,
I think for a 23-year-old English player who has played couple of full seasons in Premier League, has played in Netherlands as well, I think he's a great signing, and I think he'll do well. There's this unnecessary hate just because we have spent around 45-50 million on him, but
yeah.
I think in modern day football that's the norm. Like you get players on that price, especially if it's a homegrown English player.
Yeah, initially I was like, regarding the price tag, that was the problem for me, like 52 million. And because the Gyökeres saga, which has been going on and still going on, that thing was affecting because that was not done yet. Madueke came in. If you think more on that, like day by day when it grows, so let's say if you give Kudus, like let's say Kudus wanted to join Arsenal and we paid 65 million, no one would have had that much hate or hatred of that price tag as well. Do you think, is it because a Chelsea player has come in and he has not scored that much goals for Chelsea? Is that the reason why he's getting that much hate? One thing is the hate over the player is like utter shit because the murals and everything. I didn't feel that is a proper thing, but Do you think if you take instead of Noni, Madwek, and Kudus in that same situation, not that we wanted to sign him, but did you get that irony? What I wanted to,
Yeah,
yeah,
but I think if you look at the stats, Madueke has more goals than Kudus in the last season, more assists as well, and uh, like I think if you disregard the goals and the assist, I think if you see the underlying stats of Madueke, I think that is something which attracted Arteta to buy him because I was looking at all the underlining stats of the most dribbles, most take-ons. He was among top five in all those stats as a winger. I think um, because he was not the focal point, and I think Madueke suits better to us than Kudus overall in the play style that we do. And of course, like people just hate because like they think that we are doing
funding.
favor to our rivals Chelsea, but I think that's completely utter shit because like no one will do that. Like we
Yeah,
only do if a player is genuinely liked by Arteta. We have seen in the
yeah,
past windows where Arteta has come in. So I think we should all just wait, give him a chance. I agree, Raheem Sterling was a bad decision, but that was like a loan deal,
yeah,
so not much to lose, and we didn't land our main targets. But I think Madueke was among the top targets of Arteta this season, and that's the reason we could get him just before the Club World Cup final as well. He was playing for Chelsea, but there's a
yeah.
reason that we accelerated. I think Arteta wanted him, and I think it's a great signing, and I think he'll do well.
Yeah, yeah. So the thing is, we have been crying, as all Arsenal fans have been crying for a striker as well as a backup for Saka. That was more over a thing that has been going on within all fans, because we were saying how overplayed Saka was, because he has been playing 85 minutes, 90 minutes in Premier League, Champions League, and he used to start in Carabao as well in some games and FA Cups as well, which was like overplaying him, that led to the injury. But now that we have got a versatile player who can be a backup for Saka, or maybe let's say a squad rotating player rather than a backup, I would say, and then he can be used in left wing as well. It's kind of like, when you think about it, it's a great addition to the squad depth as well, because
Absolutely.
we know number of games are increasing day by day and season by season. Like, players are getting worn out. Last season we had a terrible season with injuries, I guess. So that when I see the signings that we have done, we have built a strong squad. So when it comes to the squad as well as the potential lineup, that would be the next hot topic that I would like to talk about today. So what do you think? Will Arteta change the lineup like 4-2-3-1, from 4-2-3-1, or maybe will he change the style of play, or who do you think in the midfield that we are about to start in the game? Like, if let's say we sign Eze as well, so do you think there will be any changes other than Zubimendi, Rice, and Odegaard, or do you think there will be some changes?
Um, so I think our squad and the template is fairly fixed, and I don't expect Arteta to play around with how our team functions. So we are getting in players who can adjust into the pre-existing system. There'll be few here and there tweaks as per the oppositions we play through. But I think more or less, I think Zubimendi comes straight in, which will allow Rice to go more forward. And I think that's a great part because Zubimendi is someone who can probably is a better uh, midfielder, and then Rice can go play B2B, which suits him more than just sitting back and defending. So I think with Zubimendi, Rice, and I think Odegaard, and we have like a lot of depth in front three. So we have Martinelli, Trossard might leave, but we have Martinelli and we have Kai Havertz. Um, it might be a case that we might play Howard as well in the midfield, like because Odegaard was not that great last season. So there might be a case that we play 4-3-3 and we play Howard as well sometimes, like and bench Odegaard or maybe rotate both of them if we sign Gyökeres. So Gyökeres will fill in at nine and then Saka and then you can have Madueke or Martinelli on the left, or if we sign Eze, then Eze is an option as well. So I think there's a
Yeah,
lot of versatility. There's a lot of players
versatility.
who can play different. Yeah, there's a lot of there's a lot of players who can play different position across that front three and in the midfield three as well. So, but I think more or less, I think we won't change the setup that has given us a great results over the years, the
Yep.
play of style and how Arteta likes to
Yep.
operate. So I think that will remain same, but it will be interesting to see how Arteta uses Kai Havertz, especially if he sign Gyökeres. So that would
Yeah,
be an
I
interesting
have
part
a
to see.
Yeah, the interesting part that I would like kind of an unpopular potential lineup or potential formation is what I'm thinking right now with the inclusion of Eze, because Eze, I don't think he'll be that excelling in the left, not excelling. He has not that excelled in the left wing. He has played more of in the midfield, and that like what he has done in Crystal Palace. So just think about a 4-4-2 lineup with Saka and Gyökeres up front. Eze, Odegaard in the midfield as the attacking midfielders, and double pivot with Rice and Zubimendi. What do you think about that? Will Arteta try even that or think about it? Or is it like, even if he doesn't think, will that suit our play? Because the game style helps these players more than the 4-3-3 or something?
Uh, I'm not a big fan of 4-4-2 because I think 4-2-3-1 allows us more options and it spreads out the field as well. With Saka, you don't want to put Saka up front in a two because what Saka does
Upfront.
best is take on the fullbacks, and if he's playing more inside, I think that part of the field where our fullbacks are involved, because we have seen Guran Timber, Lewis Miles Kelly, Ben White, whoever plays in that fullback position gets more when Saka plays on the wings. So I don't think so because our best threat is still uh, from the right when Saka is playing, where Timber is playing, or maybe White as well. And I think to disturb that would not be a good idea. So I'm not a big fan of 4-4-2 because for a 4-4-2 you need a two target man or like a 9 and a 10 or like a 9 and a support striker. If suppose we had signed someone like a Matthews Cunha, so I think in that situation that probably you might think of playing 4-4-2 with Gyökeres and Cunha up front and then Saka and someone on the left and then two midfield. But with the current set of players and current thing, I don't think so. It's a great idea, but I won't be surprised like if we play like Howard as a support striker and then Gyökeres, Howard, and then Saka and someone on the left and then two midfielder, Zubimendi and Rice. More attacking, and I think that might be a case as well. Like if you look at this, like we have four defenders and then we play Zubi, Rice, and then Saka and whoever on the left, like Madueke, Martinelli, or whoever, and then we play Howard and uh, Howard
Yeah,
and
so then
Gyökeres.
you're taking out Odegaard completely from the lineup if that is the case, if you're saying, or will you play Odegaard on the left?
No, I'm telling that that might be an option because was not very happy with how Odegaard played last season, and I think one of the key points which I'll be waiting to see is if they change the club captain as well because um, with
Yeah,
Odegaard he's a decent captain, okay, but I think we need someone who is more demanding, more involved. Someone like a Rice is a far better
yeah,
option than uh, a player like a Martin Odegaard for the club captain, but the captain is like does not make much of a difference in a football game. Uh,
yeah,
but it's just that if you bench your captain, it throw the wrong morale or wrong mentality in the team that you have been
yeah,
dropping your captain. And I'm there's no rumor that the captain is going to change, but I'm just saying in a case where like Odegaard does not start well to the season, I think we might look to change, tweak a bit. I think which because with Howard and Euchre is up front, you get a lot of physicality. You lot you get a lot of
yeah,
ball retentions and something like that, which would be very interesting if you are playing at Emirates, a home game, and we need to attack like we need to play via because a lot of team comes back to a low block, and I think a player two up
yeah.
front and wide players will gives us a lot of flexibility to open the low blocks and and I think Odegaard
That
struggled last
yeah,
season a lot against the low block teams.
that's kind of a thing that I wanted to highlight because Havertz is a good like he wins the first ball and he has the capacity to hold balls, may not like advance quicker like Gyökeres, we have seen like with the compilations and with the games that have a Gyökeres has played, first touch or maybe the headers are missing in Gyökeres, but his runs and like being in the boxes is a great potential player in him. That is what we were missing. With Havertz playing as a striker with him, he can get the first balls, get it headed in front. Gyökeres can make runs. There are possibilities when doing a counter or a long ball or something. That is kind of a good idea. But regarding the captain that you mentioned, I had a discussion with Daksh. If you know Daksh from Daksh Talks
Yeah,
Football last time when we had,
yeah, yeah,
I was on an impression that because of captaincy, Odegaard got pressurized last season more because he was taking all the pressure on himself rather than like explaining it to players that you are not doing well. He's taking all pressure, which in
yeah,
turn affected his game. But he had a completely different counterpoint on it. He was saying, if you take in that sense, like he approaches every player first, and he's the first one to start the press. He's the first one to be there on the defense. He's the first person to start the attack. So that is kind of a captain's mentality. But my problem there is he's not giving that impression that or his emotion to other players. That is not spreading out. He's the captain. He's doing it, but we can see it in him, but not spreading within players. Unlike
yeah.
Rice, if you remember the Real Madrid game where not the Real Madrid game, the game before, yeah, Real Madrid second leg, where
Second
Thomas
leg.
Partey did a blunder thing of getting a yellow card and missing the game against PSG. Rice was there criticizing him for his mistake.
Yeah,
Done. That is done. Not a fight, but he criticized him. That passion from Gabriel is what I felt, because either of these two would be my captain. That will help
yeah,
Odegaard is what I felt. Any thoughts on that?
yeah. But I was um, I wanted probably Odegaard to be removed as a captain last season start as well, but I guess that one of the key points was Rice was pretty new second season, second full season, and but now Rice looks very settled to the team, has played two full seasons, and I think this is a time that I and Rice has that aura, Rice has that mentality in him, like he's someone like if you compare in cricket, he's someone like a Ben Stokes for England, like whatever happens,
Yeah,
that guy is always there in clutch moments. He's always there for the team, giving 100%. Like I've never seen him like even if it's a 90th minute, he's up and running across the field. And I think someone like a Rice will just lift the team much more than a Odegaard. No hatred or no hate against Odegaard. He's an excellent player. Has played some of the amazing football with us. Really like that bloke. But just that I think that edge that Rice has over Odegaard is Odegaard become might come as too soft at times, which Rice isn't. Like
yeah,
he will be up in your face. He'll tell you where you went wrong. Uh, so it's like two different kind of captains. But I think Rice, someone a team like Arsenal, which is so young, such a young team, uh, came through so much heartbreaks in last couple of seasons. Finished second, went so close. I think
yeah.
we need someone to lift them up uh, time and time again because we need someone who is on the field to make them believe that they can do it. And I think Declan Rice is someone who can do it.
Yeah, one thing is Odegaard, in terms of Odegaard, he's pressurized to win something for Arsenal. That is affecting his game. One thing, other good thing about Rice is, even though it is a conference league, he has the experience of going there and winning it with West Ham.
Yep.
So he came out at the back of that win to Arsenal. So somewhere down the line, he has an experience of winning something, and he is more of handling the pressure easier than Odegaard. That's what I felt. So yeah,
Yeah. And
maybe there are
pressure handling
biases.
also. Yeah.
Yeah,
And also, I think Declan Rice has played crucial matches for England as well. So be it in World Cups, be it in Euros, be it in knockout matches. And I think he knows what it means to play a big knockout game or a big crucial game. Uh, so
yeah,
not only in the club career but also the international pressure is so high when you're playing for a country like England, especially in
yeah,
multinational football tournaments, like because we all know the pressure of the English media on the players if they do one thing wrong. So he knows what it means to play in that pressure situation because Odegaard does not play that much of international football because his country does not qualify much, and
Yeah,
he does not have that experience of playing a big game,
yeah,
a big football game. He has
yeah,
played for Arsenal a big football game, but I think Rice is more suitable and more suited, even if you look at long term game as well. But let's see if that happens. We have not heard anything yet, but if that is going to happen, I think we'll be hearing after the preseason end, not before that, is
yeah.
what I think.
Yeah, so in terms of, let's say, you considered or we discussed that it might be 4-2-3-1 or 4-3-3 or something like that. So in terms of the left wing, what do you think our situation would be? Like, most probably, I guess Trossard might leave rather than Martinelli. Here, random rumors are there that we'll sign Xavi Simons and Eze. I'm not entirely sure. It is all rage baits or maybe something like that. It's just random, not from a credible source or something. Just
Yeah.
what are your thoughts? Will you start like, let's say if you get Eze, will you go for Martinelli still and rotate Eze, or you start Eze on the left wing, or will you go for Madueke on the left wing?
Uh, as of now, if you leave aside, because there's nothing much, no development on Eze right now, and I think apart from like the interest that has been shown, there's been no. I think the first step is to complete the Gyökeres deal, and I think probably after the Gyökeres deal is done, we will hear more about Eze. But just imagine if we don't sign Eze, I'm not too much worried as well, because Martinelli, is a great player. Like a lot of people, he's still young. He's still young, and he has those moments in him. Like when I speak about the clutch moments, I think everyone knows that Martinelli is someone who is always there in the clutch moments. A lot
Yeah,
of people like these days, like just hate just hate players based on seeing, they'll open Fortmob or something and they will see stats and they will start hating the players. And I think the game is just not about the stats.
yeah,
Modern day football, people make it all about the stats, make it all about the numbers, but I think the game is much more than the numbers that you see on on the paper. And
yeah,
I think Martinelli is still a great player. I really like him. uh, he has that flair in him. He has that hunger in him. Even
yeah,
if he's not performing well, he's not someone who will sit back. He'll still try. He'll keep trying. And I think we need more players like that. Like it's okay to fail, but if you still have that mindset of keep trying, keep pushing, in the end you will end up getting good results. So even if we don't sign Eze, I think Martinelli is a great player to play on the left. And then with Madueke, we do have that flexibility now to play, uh, like rotate them or like shift them or whatever. So I
yeah,
think to start with, I think Martinelli will play because he's used to playing here. We'll slow down Madueke in the squad. Probably we'll see him like get a few cameo of 10, 15, 20 minutes uh, at the start of the season, and then depending after 4 5 games where Martinelli is with his form, where Madueke is with his form, and what happens in the transfer window, we'll have a lot of flexibility. But I would start with Martinelli to go with. Uh,
yeah.
so Martinelli, Gyökeres, and Saka, and then those three.
Yeah, one good thing or something that we need to admire about Martinelli is there were situations wherein we were struggling to get players to our team. Most players didn't want to come to Arsenal. He was there at the ranks of the bad situations for Arsenal. He played through it. He helped us through it. So players like that are hard to come by nowadays. Like in terms of Gyökeres, I can understand. Yes, Mosquera now, but previously there were situations where we were not able to attract any good players. He was there. He, Saka, and those players were there. So that is what I admire about him the most. The only criticism that I have on him is the time when you attack, he doesn't think what to do at the last moment. So
Yeah,
when it is time to cross the ball, he might take a shot or just do a run, or when it is time to like run for it, he might stop, and like that has been happening especially last season. Maybe because he didn't have that much support in the left side. But when it was there, when Shaka was there, the way Martinelli was playing, it was like we thought he'll just boost like anything at that time. So will Zubimendi like coming addition of Zubimendi in the midfield, will Rice help him in that role, or anything different do you think about it, or he should improve
Uh,
some?
I, whatever I've seen, I've not seen much of Zubimendi play. I've like probably like watched a couple of games of Zubimendi for Sociedad, but but just reading and what he does best and how he operates, I think Rice would be more benefited from Zubimendi's arrival because I think last season it was like uh, when Rice used to play a little bit ahead and not play as a defensive like a defensive midfielder, it is where he succeed most. And I think someone like a Zubimendi will help him do his thing, and Zubimendi will help Saka and both our wings because he's someone who is a great passer of the ball
Yeah,
and a deep lying playmaker uh, in a modern day football. And he's someone who is very calm, composed, is what I've seen, read about Zubimendi, and uh, it's someone who makes play. So we lack that piece from our defensive playmakers. If you see someone like a Rodri or someone who are very good crossers of the ball and how they unlock their forward is very very crucial. So I
yeah,
think Zubimendi will do that role, and then Rice has a free role in the midfield. He can be everywhere. He does not have to take charge of making that play now, which he used to do, pass the ball forward. But he can do what he does best, like intercept, tackle more, put more pressure ahead, and defensive part as well. And so he'll have a free role, and Zubimendi will sit back a little, try to
yeah,
make play from there. And I think both of them will complement each other. Uh, let's see what happens on the field. But what I've heard is Zubimendi is a class player, and that's the reason that Liverpool also wanted him uh, to play in their
yeah.
system. So,
Even Man
and I,
City.
yeah, and I think our attacking style is kind of similar to what Liverpool does with
Yeah,
respect to the wingers and the
yeah,
fullbacks they use. Uh, so I think Zubimendi is a great signing, and don't forget, like we do have Michael Marino as well. Like
yeah.
he didn't play in his position last season, so we have a great depth in the midfield. Like we have Marino, Zubimendi, Rice, and then if needed,
Don't
we
forget
we do
Nogard.
have no, oh, we forgot Nogard as well, and
Yeah,
Nogard as
yeah,
well. So, it's like four proper midfielders now. So, that's the key. I think last 2 season, what we saw is our players got burnt out because we didn't have the quality in the squad to
yeah,
rotate much. We had to play same set of players game after game. We were in Champions League. We were in all the competitions. We used to play a main team because, of course, we want to win everything, challenge for everything, and I think that like a lot of people are not seeing the good part of the window and they are just focused on Madueke's price. But what we have
yeah,
done with Norca, 10-15 million for a pro one English for a Premier League midfielder who has been class for Brentford, and
yeah,
then we added Zubimendi and we have Marino, we have Rice, and then probably if needed, there's Skelly who can slot in
yeah,
the midfield as well. I hope we don't get there that we need Skelly to play in the midfield.
yeah,
Hopefully, there's no injuries, no major injuries, because injuries will come. It's a long season. There will be injuries throughout the season, but it's about how well you tackle. And I think we have started the window very well. If we end up signing Eze and Gyökeres, I think, and then if we don't win anything, then the question needs to be asked, because I think we'll have the best ever squad in last probably like 10-15 years if we
yeah.
manage to pull all those signings.
Yeah, the thing is, I would say let's say 2 3 sales are done out of like Vieira, Lokonga, and Trossard. If these sales we get some profit, or let's say 10, 15, 20 million from sales, and six signings that we have done, or maybe seven. If Eze comes in with Gyokeres, I am thinking it's almost 99.99% done. It's just that 1 2 millions they are begging for it. The Sporting, I'm like yeah, that I cannot, like, they are being more greedier and greedier day by day, uh, trying to make use of Arsenal, maximum utilization of Arsenal. So that's separate. So with these signings and six players almost signed before the preseason, I am like, Berta, you have done a great job. That clearly shows why a club needs a proper sporting director.
Yeah, and so if we pull off like Eucharist signing, even if Eze does not come, is fine because just assume that Gyökeres will be the last signing of the window with Mosquera. I think he's also almost done.
Yeah,
So we have covered our centre back positions. We have Timber White on the right. We have Skelly, Calafiori in the left. I don't know what the status of Zinchenko, but I don't really consider him now, seeing how many times he's injured. He
yeah,
and then on the midfield we already spoke, and then on the attack we like forward. If you say we have uh, Gyökeres, we have Gabriel Jesus, we have Kai Havertz, and then one area has also signed a new long-term contract. So
yeah,
there's one area as well, and then Saka, Madueke, and then you have Martinelli and uh, Madueke does
yeah,
crosswise.
yeah, yeah,
So we can't even complain about the squad depth now. I think every position is covered. Every position is covered by world class players. Um, so I think people think that why we are spending 50 million on a player who is going to be a bench player or who will be a backup to Saka. So I think one they should understand, to build a world class team, you need to have quality on the bench, and in modern day you can't get quality at a cheaper price. If you look likes of Liverpool, why they have done well. Uh, a
yeah,
lot of people say like Liverpool have not spent. Liverpool have spent. Liverpool has
yeah,
spent a good money. The reason they won is they always had a good backup. So if you look at Liverpool, on the left they will have Luis Diaz, Cody Gakpo, two world class players. On front they, they had a lot of strikers, Nunes, uh, and then on the right as well. So every position, like even if you see their right backs like that, Bradley, who great academy player. So they had a great squad backup. You look at Man City, you look at Liverpool, the teams who have won the Premier League, who have won the Champions League, they do well if they have world class backups on their bench, because injuries will come. It's a
yeah,
part of the game, it's part of the season, and you can't predict injury. If they don't come, you are good. But there's very rare chance that you don't lose out a player for like 4 weeks, 5 weeks. So that is when the bench strength and the quality in the bench strength comes in. Last year we
yeah.
had no one.
So,
We had to play Mikel Merino as striker.
yeah, yeah. The thing is, if you take Man City, they have 100 million player as bench player. So
Yeah,
it's so, and if you compare that situation, 52 million for Madueke is nothing much. So yeah, and that's about that part. And one more thing that we missed out is we have got a great signing for 5 million as a backup for our goalkeeper as Kepa,
Kepa.
because he will the thing is he's not cup tied. That is the major thing that I'm telling you, because last time I didn't understand why Neto was signed even with a cup tied thing. Yeah, that's all the case. So one last question that I want to ask: let's say you have we have signed Gyokeres, or if it is getting done, when the season start, you'll have like three players in your mind you are expecting a lot or will perform well. Like you'll have expectation on three players. Can you give me the any names of three players that you are expecting to do well, or I am thrilled to watch them, or something like that? Three players.
Mm, I think if uh, if I have to see three key players for the upcoming season, I think Saka has to be number one. Saka has to be there. Declan Rice.
Yeah, yeah,
I would say Gabriel Silva partnership. I think that is very very crucial. So
yeah,
so irrespective of Gyökeres coming in, not coming in, I think um, he will do well because of the creativity we have. His his role is to score goals, and I think he will do that. And if he gives us like 18, 20 goals in a season, I think that would be great, because I don't remember last time after Aubameyang if someone has scored 20 plus goal for Arsenal. So
yeah,
I think still our season will depend on how good Saka, Rice, and that Saliba Gabriel partnership is.
yeah,
And not to forget, I think those three are the crucial player, uh, and probably hopefully Timber stays fit throughout the season because he's a world class fullback, and I think we'll need him.
yeah. I am looking forward to three players. One is Gyökeres, because we have been missing a striker. Next is
Yes.
Lewis Kelly, and a season where Saka scores more than 20 goals and 20 assists. I'm expecting that from him this season because he was on the verge of doing that last season before the injury. He was on that particular run, like assist and goals, he was there, but that injury let him down, to be fair. This season, I'm expecting these three players to perform because Gyökeres, I am expecting a lot from him because proper striker, proper hunger for goals, the passion that he showed. Saliba, Gabriel, we know how they are. We are gonna get that for sure. But these three players, Lewis Kelly, it's gonna be like something great. I would feel because I don't want him to be overplayed, but that would be a great thing that if he steps up his game. So yeah,
Yep.
so
Skelly is a good,
yeah,
good, good pick, and I think uh, after getting the experience last season, he is someone who probably will do well.
yeah, that's celebration was epic last time. So, anyways, bro, thank you for joining. Thank you for giving a lot of insights and technical sides regarding our potential lineup next season. So, we'll catch up more. So,
Yep.
as you already know, we had a Malayalam channel, Malu Talks Arsenal. We Due to our schedules and everything, we were not able to do a lot of videos on that, but now we have separately started an English podcast which is MTA 360. So we'll do catch up more. We'll get the other blokes from Arsenal Bangalore as well, and from other locations as well. Let's bring up the community all over India. And for all the guys who are watching this video, please go and check out Reverse Sweep podcast in Instagram and Twitter. That is Piyush's cricket based podcast, mainly focusing on India, I guess.
Yeah.
O-
It's all
Only,
around cricket, but mainly India. But we'll be probably starting to cover entire cricket
yeah.
ecosystem.
So they are basically doing the podcast for cricket, but they are still, in terms of football, they are Arsenal fans. So just
Yeah.
give them a like, share, subscribe for their channels on Instagram and
Yep.
Twitter as well. Hopefully you will start a YouTube channel, like you will build up your YouTube channel again back up and running
Yeah.
once you get your time.
Yeah.
So
Probably.
we'll all help you out with that as well.
Yep.
Football and cricket will go parallelly at that time. So
Yes.
anyways, yeah.
Thank.
It- anyways, thank you, bro, thank you for joining. Any last words or
Uh,
anything you want to add?
uh, just hope that this is the season, man. It's been a
Yeah,
long time waiting. Hopefully, we can go the extra mile and just like win a
yeah,
major trophy. It's
yeah, this is a must win for Arteta this season, I would say,
yeah.
because
Yep.
he won't be getting more time rather after this, I would feel. Even if we feel that he needs to stay, but can't, man, 6 years.
Yeah. Let's see. It's all
Yeah,
about the process, one game at a
yeah,
time. But hopefully, at the end of the season, like we have something
yeah,
special to celebrate.
yeah. Come on, you gunners, we'll catch
Come
up
on.
in the next episode
Yeah.
then. See ya, bye
Thank you,
bye.
Deepak, for inviting me. Had a good time.
No
Bye bye.
problem, we'll catch up again more.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.